Hey there! Welcome back to the channel Wisdom of Stoicism. Not every battle needs to be fought. Not every insult needs a response. And not every betrayal needs revenge. Because karma never sleeps. Think about it. Have you ever seen someone get exactly what they deserved without you lifting a finger? That's the power of silence. That's the power of letting the universe do the work for you. When someone lies about you, when they betray your trust, when they try to drag you down, your first instinct might be to fight back, to prove your worth. But the strongest people don't waste their breath on those who don't deserve it. They stay silent. They watch. And they let karma do the talking. In today's video, we're diving into 7 times when you should stay silent and let karma handle it. Because trust me, some lessons in life can't be taught by words. They can only be learned the hard way. And if you've ever been wronged, you'll want to hear 7, because it's the ultimate truth about life. Number 1. When someone betrays you. Betrayal cuts deep. It's like a knife in the back from someone you trusted. A friend, partner, a family member. And when it happens, your first instinct is to react. To expose them. To make them feel the pain they caused you. But hold on. Take a deep breath, because the best thing you can do is stay silent. Think about it. When someone betrays you, they expect a reaction. They expect anger. They expect you to fight back, to argue, to seek revenge. But what happens when you don't? What happens when you just walk away? They lose their power over you. Let's say you helped a friend through tough times. Maybe you loaned them money, supported them, gave them opportunities. And then one day they turn their back on you. They talk behind your back. They forget everything you did for them. They even try to bring you down. Now, you could call them out. You could try to make them regret it. But what's the point? The truth is, they've already lost. Because betrayal is like a debt. It must be repaid. Not by you, but by life itself. There's an old saying, karma never loses an address. People who betray others don't just do it once. It's a pattern. And sooner or later, they betray the wrong person. Maybe someone even more powerful than you. Maybe someone who won't be as forgiving. And when that day comes, they will face their own karma. Look at history. Look at how great leaders handled betrayal. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, was betrayed many times. By his own people, by close advisors, even by those he trusted most. But did he waste his energy on revenge? No. He stayed silent. He stayed focused on his mission. And in the end, history remembers him as one of the greatest emperors. And what about those who betrayed him? They were forgotten. Their names faded into nothing. The same thing will happen in your life. The people who betray you, they will destroy themselves. They will lose good people. They will lose trust. They will lose the respect of those around them. And you will rise above it. Because here's the secret. The moment you let go of betrayal and move forward, you win. You keep your energy. You keep your peace. And most importantly, you show them that their actions have no control over you. So, the next time someone betrays you, don't waste your breath. Don't argue. Don't fight. Just step back and let karma handle it. Because trust me, it always does. Number 2. When someone speaks ill of you. Imagine this. You walk into a room and hear people whispering about you behind your back. You don't know exactly what they're saying, but you know it's not good. Maybe it's a coworker spreading rumors or a friend talking badly about you. The first instinct, right, is to defend yourself. You want to set the record straight, correct the lies, and show everyone the truth. But here's the question. Should you? In Stoic philosophy, we are reminded that words are just that, words. They're fleeting, they don't define you, and most importantly, they don't have the power to change who you are. People will talk. It's what they do. But how you respond, that's where your power lies. When people speak ill of you, it's a reflection of them, not you. Think about it. People who spread gossip, who tear others down, are showing their own insecurities, their own weaknesses. The Stoics knew this. And that's why they believed in maintaining inner peace and never letting others' words disturb that. The truth always comes to light. Those who speak lies about you will eventually be seen for what they are, dishonest and untrustworthy. Take Marcus Aurelius, for example. He was one of the most powerful men in the world, yet he faced criticism and false accusations. But did he spend his days defending himself against every whisper? No. Instead, he focused on his own actions, his own virtue. His belief was simple. I will not allow myself to be disturbed by what others say, because I know my truth, and that is all that matters. When you engage in arguing or trying to prove others wrong, you're essentially giving them power over you. You're letting their words affect your peace of mind. But when you choose silence, you show that their opinion doesn't define your worth. You keep your energy for things that actually matter. You take back control of your emotions. You let their words bounce off you like water off a duck's back. Think about a time in your life when you've heard someone talk about you, and you let it affect you. Maybe you lashed out, or maybe you tried to make everyone see the truth. How did that make you feel afterward? Was it worth it? Or did you feel drained, exhausted by the emotional effort it took to defend yourself? Now picture this. What if you had stayed silent? What if you had allowed karma to handle the situation instead of jumping in? Silence doesn't mean weakness. It doesn't mean that you don't care. It means that you're confident in who you are. You understand that the opinions of others are temporary, and in the grand scheme of things, they don't matter. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where someone speaks ill of you, remember this. Silence is not surrender. It is strength. It is the ultimate act of self-control. Let karma handle the rest. Trust that time will reveal the truth, and those who lied about you will be seen for what they are. Your peace is worth more than any argument. Number 3. When someone is trying to provoke you. Imagine you're at a family gathering or a work event, and out of nowhere, someone starts throwing passive-aggressive comments your way. Maybe they're trying to get under your skin or stir the pot. You feel that familiar rush of anger rising, and your mind starts racing with all the things you want to say in return. But here's the thing, this is exactly what they want. They want a reaction, and if you give it to them, they've already won. In these moments, the Stoic response is simple: stay silent. You don't need to engage in every argument or defend yourself in every situation. Silence is often the most powerful response you can give. By not reacting, you keep control over yourself and deny them the satisfaction they're looking for. It's a form of strength, a quiet power that says, I'm not bothered by you, and I don't need to prove anything. Think about Marcus Aurelius. He was one of the most powerful men in the world, and yet he faced constant challenges, criticisms, and people who tried to provoke him. He could have easily lashed out or reacted to every insult, but he knew better. Instead, he chose to focus on his own behavior, his own reactions, and the things he could control. In his meditations, he often reminded himself not to let others' actions disturb his peace. He understood that his inner calm was far more valuable than any fleeting victory in an argument. When we react to every provocation, we waste our energy and give control to others. By staying silent, you send a message that you won't be manipulated. You show that you value your peace more than indulging in pointless conflict. And the best part? Silence forces others to confront their own behavior. They may be trying to provoke you, but in the end, it's them who will be left with their negative energy. Now, this doesn't mean you should stay silent when something important or unjust happens. Silence isn't about ignoring injustice or letting people walk all over you. It's about choosing when to engage. Not every situation needs your immediate input. In fact, there are times when saying nothing is the wisest course of action. When someone tries to provoke you, they often want you to lower yourself to their level. But by staying silent, you demonstrate emotional control and maturity. It's a clear sign that you are above petty arguments and that you're focused on something far more important: your own growth. Here's the reality. People who thrive on provoking others are often insecure. They want attention, validation, or to feel superior. And when you refuse to engage, they'll eventually lose interest. They'll find someone else to pick on because you no longer provide them with the reaction they crave. So next time someone tries to provoke you, take a deep breath. Recognize that silence is your ally in these moments. You don't have to fight every battle, and you certainly don't need to lower yourself to someone else's level. Instead, let your peace speak louder than their words. It's a practice in Stoic wisdom, and it's something that will bring you more peace in your life. Number 4. When someone cheats or lies to you. Let's talk about a situation that can leave anyone feeling hurt and angry. When someone cheats or lies to you, maybe it's a close friend, a colleague, or even someone you trust in business. When you find out the truth, the first reaction is often to confront them, to call them out, or even get back at them. But here's where Stoicism offers a different perspective. In the heat of betrayal, the first instinct is to lash out, to demand answers, or to make them feel what you're feeling. But think about this for a second. What would happen if you stayed silent and let the situation unfold on its own? When someone lies or cheats, they are not just hurting you, they're hurting themselves. Stoic philosophers, like Seneca, taught that dishonesty and deceit are like a slow poison. They may seem harmless at first, but eventually, they will consume the person who chooses to live that way. Instead of engaging in the drama, take a step back and let karma do its work. When people lie or cheat, the truth has a way of coming to light. It may take time, but the universe always has a way of bringing balance. By staying silent, you're allowing them to expose their own flaws without lifting a finger. Their actions will speak louder than anything you could say. Imagine this. Someone you trust cheats on you or lies to your face. You feel the urge to confront them, to make them see their wrongdoing. But in that moment, consider the power of silence. When you remain composed, you're showing strength. You're proving that you don't need to lower yourself to their level to seek justice. In fact, you're taking the high road by not engaging in their dishonesty. Think about it from a Stoic perspective. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful emperors in history, faced betrayal, lies, and manipulation on a daily basis. Yet, he chose to respond with wisdom and calm, never reacting impulsively. His philosophy was simple: don't waste energy on things you can't control. What others do is beyond your control. What you do with your response is all that matters. Now, that doesn't mean you ignore the situation completely. Stoicism encourages us to reflect and learn from what's happened. It teaches us that while we can't control other people's actions, we can control how we respond. And often, the best response is no response at all. When someone lies to you or cheats on you, they're showing you their true character. And over time, that character will reveal itself. The truth, just like water, always finds its way to the surface. So why waste your time trying to expose it? Let them do that for themselves. In the end, their dishonesty will isolate them, and they'll be the ones left dealing with the consequences. In your own life, remember this: silence isn't weakness. It's a sign of inner strength. Let karma do the hard work for you. The truth will come out, and you'll be standing tall, unaffected, knowing that you didn't have to fight the battle because the universe handled it for you. So, next time someone cheats or lies to you, take a breath, stay silent, and trust that the scales of justice will balance themselves out. Number 5. When someone underestimates you. Have you ever been in a situation where someone doubts your abilities or doesn't take you seriously? Maybe it's a boss, a colleague, or even a friend. They think you're not capable of achieving something, and their words or actions reflect that doubt. Stings, doesn't it? You feel like you have to prove yourself, to show them you're better than what they think. But here's where Stoicism offers a different perspective. Rather than reacting to their underestimation, the Stoic approach is to stay silent, focus on what you can control, and let your actions speak for themselves. You see, when someone underestimates you, it says more about them than it does about you. It's easy for people to project their doubts onto others, especially when they're insecure or threatened by your potential. But the Stoic mind understands that these projections are just reflections of their inner struggles, not your worth. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, faced constant criticism and doubt, both from the public and his closest advisors. But instead of fighting back with words, he chose silence and reflection. He understood that those who underestimated him were simply not seeing the bigger picture. They didn't understand his purpose or his commitment to his ideals. And so, He let his actions speak louder than any argument ever could. The truth is, when someone doubts you, it's often because they don't fully understand your potential or your vision. They may only see what's in front of them in that moment and not the bigger picture of what you're working toward. This is where your silence becomes your power. Instead of wasting time defending yourself, you focus on your goals, your growth, and your path forward. By doing this, you not only show them what you're capable of, but also prove to yourself that you don't need external validation to succeed. Let's be honest. We've all been there. Maybe you've applied for a job and had someone tell you that you're not qualified. Or maybe a friend or family member has told you that your dreams are unrealistic. They see your ambition and, instead of encouraging you, they criticize you or belittle your efforts. It's frustrating. But Stoicism teaches us that we don't need to engage with these opinions. Their doubts are their problem, not ours. Instead of engaging in arguments or proving people wrong, focus on building your life in silence. Focus on improving yourself every day, whether it's through learning, practicing, or creating. As you keep progressing, you'll reach a point where those who once doubted you will have no choice but to recognize your achievements. And when they do, you won't need to say a word. Your success will speak for itself. The real beauty of silence in the face of underestimation is that it keeps your energy focused where it belongs, on your own growth. So, the next time someone doubts you, remember, let their underestimation fuel your determination. Let your actions speak louder than their words ever could. Stay silent, stay focused, and let the results show them exactly who you are. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. Just prove it to yourself. Number 6. When someone is envious of you. Have you ever felt like someone around you is jealous of your success or happiness? Maybe it's a friend, a colleague, or even someone in your family. You can sense their envy, but instead of confronting them or getting upset, you stay silent. Why? Because in the end, their envy is not your problem, it's theirs. Let me share a story. Think about the famous Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. He was one of the most powerful men in the Roman Empire, yet he dealt with envy all the time. People resented him for his position, his wisdom, and even his achievements. But what did Marcus do? Did he retaliate? Did he try to fight back? No. He understood something crucial. The resentment of others doesn't diminish your success. It only reveals their inner turmoil. When people envy you, they are often struggling with their own insecurities. They wish they had your success, your confidence, or your life. But instead of putting in the effort to improve themselves, they choose to resent you. The natural reaction might be to confront them or prove them wrong, but remember what Stoicism teaches us. Focus on yourself, not the opinions or jealousy of others. You see, envy can be a powerful force, but it's also a destructive one. It eats away at the person who harbors it. It clouds their judgment and stops them from growing. When someone is envious of you, they are only harming themselves by focusing on things they can't control, things like your achievements, your progress, or your happiness. Now, I know it's tempting to want to defend yourself when someone talks down about your success. You might feel the urge to tell them, "Hey, I worked hard for this," or, "You have no idea what it took to get here." But here's the thing, when you do that, you're engaging in their drama. You're feeding the fire of their envy, and the best thing you can do is starve that fire by staying silent. Instead of arguing or defending your position, let time reveal the truth. When you remain calm and silent in the face of envy, you allow your actions to speak louder than words. People will see your success and begin to understand that it wasn't handed to you on a silver platter. It was earned. And trust me, karma works in mysterious ways. People who harbor jealousy will eventually face their own consequences. They might stay stuck in their bitterness, while you continue to rise. You'll move forward with peace, while they remain trapped in their envy. So, what should you do when you sense someone is envious of you? Let them be. Stay silent, keep pushing forward, and let karma handle the rest. Remember, the Stoics believed that peace comes from within. Don't let someone else's envy disturb your inner calm. You don't need to respond to negativity. Your life, your actions, and your success will speak for themselves. Take a moment to think about it. Have you ever encountered someone who envied your achievements? What did you do? Comment below and let's talk about it. And remember, if you want to continue on your path of wisdom and peace, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more Stoic insights. Number 7. When someone is self-destructive. Have you ever watched someone close to you repeatedly make bad decisions, even when you've given them advice? It's frustrating, isn't it? You want to help to fix things for them, but no matter how many times you try, they just don't listen. So what do? Do you push harder, continue to intervene, and try to save them from themselves? Or do you step back and let them face the consequences of their actions? In Stoic philosophy, there's a powerful lesson about detachment and letting people make their own choices, even if those choices are harmful to them. We often want to intervene because we care about others, but Stoicism teaches us that sometimes, the best thing we can do for someone is to remain silent and allow them to learn from their mistakes. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you seen someone ignore good advice, only to end up dealing with the consequences? Maybe they're spending money irresponsibly, staying in toxic relationships, or making poor career decisions. As much as you want to step in and stop them, constantly offering advice or criticism may not help. In fact, it can make things worse. The Stoics believed that wisdom isn't something you can force onto someone. You can't make them change. People have to come to their own conclusions through their experiences. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, famously said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This applies to the way we deal with others, especially those who refuse to listen. Instead of trying to control their actions or fight their battles, the Stoic approach is to let them make their own choices, even if those choices lead to failure. You see, life has a way of teaching lessons that words never can. Sometimes people need to hit rock bottom to realize the truth. When you step back and let them face the consequences, you're allowing them to learn what they need to learn. You're also teaching yourself an important lesson in patience and self-control. This doesn't mean you stop caring about them or become indifferent. It just means you understand that some things are beyond your control, and trying to intervene will only lead to frustration. There's no need to force change because, in the end, karma has its way of teaching lessons. People who make self-destructive choices will eventually face the repercussions, whether they realize it now or later. Let's take a simple example. Imagine a friend who continues to drink excessively despite your concerns. You've told them about the risks, you've offered to help, but they keep going down the same path. If you keep pushing them to stop, they might just shut you out. But if you step back, there's a chance that the consequences of their actions will be the wake-up call they need. This is where Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our own actions and responses. We can't change someone else's behavior, but we can control how we react to it. By staying silent and letting them face the consequences, you're showing them the greatest respect, the respect of their own free will. And sometimes that's the best thing you can do. Have you ever had to let someone go through their own struggle? How did it feel to step back and let them learn from their mistakes? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about how letting go can sometimes be the most powerful thing we can do. As we wrap up today's video, remember this: silence is not weakness, it's strength. When life gets chaotic, when people try to provoke you, or when someone wrongs you, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. Karma has a way of balancing things out, even when it feels like it won't. In those moments, trust the process, and trust that things will fall into place, without you needing to say a word. Staying silent doesn't mean you're letting people walk all over you. It means you're choosing peace over conflict, wisdom over anger, and letting the universe handle what's not in your control. Just like the Stoics taught us, focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. Now, I want you to think about the times in your life where silence could have been the best response. Maybe you've already experienced the power of letting karma handle things, or maybe you're about to. Whatever it is, remember, your peace is worth more than any argument or retaliation. If this video spoke to you, drop a comment below and share your thoughts. If you've ever experienced a moment where staying silent led to something good, I want to hear about it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more Stoic wisdom, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and remember, let karma do the work while you stay calm and in control. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.